Again, if you know what your end goal is, if you know where you're going and you're picking up people along the way that don't resonate with that, you're selling yourself short. Let me say that another way, man. If you know you're trying to change the world and do a certain thing to a T, and you meet a sister that's vibrating on the other end of the spectrum and you still shooting your shot, you still trying to get a relationship, brother, you're selling yourself short, brothers. If you know she can't be your Coretta Scott, if you know she can't be your Lady Bird Johnson, then brother, why in the cornbread hell do we as men still choose to entertain women that don't vibrate there, brothers? What we're doing is
it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
at ease. I am sold. You've sold your soul and don't even know it. What is he talking about today? See, most people, when we hear that we've sold our souls, or that when a person has sold his or her soul, you know, in our minds, we see a person that has possibly gone from a light energy, that have just sacrificed themselves to submerge themselves in dark energy, right? But that's a very complex conversation, because when you think about God, when you think about the all consists of both light and dark. So you really can't say that going from one extreme to another is really a person selling their souls, right? But that's a whole nother conversation, right? For today, when I'm talking about a person selling their souls, right, I'm specifically talking about a person living their life outside of the downloads they've received. I'm talking about a person living their life outside of the instructions they've been given, outside of the guidance they've been given over time from spiritual sources, right? So what I said was, you sold your soul and you don't even know it, brothers. You know, one of the most common ways I think that you know, man sells his soul and don't even know it, man, is when he goes against his truth. Right. And what I mean by that is, you know, we all grew up in you know, a religious, you know, in religious ceremonies of some sort, man. We were going to church, Sunday school, vacation Bible school, or a number of other things, right? And we were gaining guidance this whole time. We were getting instructions the whole time, like this is what our truth was, right? And at some point in time, maybe some people haven't even hit this point yet, right? But at some point in time, you're going to start slowly waking up out of that trance. And not saying that when you wake up, you're going to disagree with everything that you heard in your youth, but at some point in time, you're going to start to question, why do I believe what I believe? You know, whether it's the holidays, whether it's the, you know, the common traditions of men, whether it's the things that say that you're told that get you to the other side, that get you to salvation, that save your soul, whatever, right? At some point, you're going to start to question that, right? And when a person questions that and they find a new truth, I'm gonna tell you this, man, everybody doesn't gravitate to that new truth. Some people don't have the ability to go against what they've heard for 90% of their lives and form a new truth. But I'm telling you this, brothers, when you find a new truth and you refuse to stand in it, when you refuse to walk in it, brother, you sold your soul, man. You're going against the downloads. You're going against the guidance you've been given. And I'm telling you, man, at some point, every single man is going to go through that stage, brothers. You got to understand, man, I was raised by a pastor, man. So 24 hours a day, I was hearing stuff that came out of the Bible. I was hearing why we celebrated certain things. I was hearing about, you know, the crucifixion and all these things, right? But at some point in my life, man, I said, you know what, let me run this through my own filter. You know, even when the Bible says, like, at some point we have to become, you know, ye as the little children to get a full understanding. At some point, you're going to have to learn everything, you know, back over again. And I'm telling you, when you go through that stage, if you find have new revelations and don't walk in that energy, brother, you sold your soul. You sold your soul, brother. You know, even going back to the leadership from you know, school and stuff. Think about some of the things we used to do in school. Think about us, going, kindergarten through 5th grade, through middle school, reading the Pledge of Allegiance. Man, it was nothing to get up, first period, as soon as that first bell ring, put your hand over your heart, man, look at the flag, face the flag, and read the Pledge of Allegiance, man. But at some point in time, once you got a certain age, you start looking around, you start noticing some people wasn't subscribed to that whole thing, right? Once you start paying attention to what you were saying, brothers, you understood that it was something heavier going on. There was something in you that made you lean a different way. Now, let me pause and say this, man, because I don't want to seem like I'm some un-American, unpatriotic, right? Like I'm proud to be in this country. I'm proud to be a member of this society. I love the system we live in. I've gone to bat for this country, got 2 combat patches to prove it. But brother, me as a grown man now, I pledge allegiance to nothing but the source. I pledge allegiance, but to nothing but the source, man. So I'm saying a lot of us are going against our truths, man. A lot of us are becoming adults, but scared to step out of that child mindset. And I'm telling you, to go through that stage in life and not govern yourself accordingly after the fact, but you sold your soul, man. You sold your soul. Even just us being raised in households, man. You can even look at the way that a lot of parents discipline their children. Like a lot of us, man, when we were young, we had our parents, man, they would pick up shoes and throw across the room. They were talking about, extension cords, go outside and get switches and all these things. A lot of the things that we talk about, ways that we were disciplined when we were young, but a lot of that stuff wasn't cool, man. A lot of that stuff wasn't cool. And I think a lot of people, and you can call it trauma, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people just take these habits and just roll them on for generations and generations. But at some point in time, I said, hey, man, a lot of things that I saw growing up, the way I was disciplined, like I don't really co-sign on that. Like when I was going through it, I didn't agree with it. So why would I continue? Like I need to alter this part of my life, right? So man, like I said, it's hard, man. It's hard for mankind to find a new truth and always step into it, man. Because again, it's going against those old ways. But I'm telling you, brother, when you don't move in that new light, you're one that have sold your soul, right? The second one, man, is a lot of people are selling their souls or selling out their souls, right? By hiding their gift. By hiding their gift. And I'm not going to talk about this one long because I talk about this one quite often, man. But I've never read this verse right here, right? It's coming out of Proverbs. It says, it's Proverbs 18 and 16. A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men, right? Now, we fully understand that stepping into our gift is going, there's going to be a power associated, that runs with us when we do that, man. We understand that if we really step into our gift, that it will make room for us. But brothers, there's something in us. There's something in a lot of us, man, that know we have a talent, that know we have a skill, that know we have an ability that a small portion of the population have. We still won't step into it, And this is not even about being, some entrepreneur. This is not even about leaving the workforce. A lot of people could do what they're naturally good at, do what they want to do, and still work for an employer, and still spend every day of their life not even working because they're doing what they love. But again, it kind of goes back to the first one, man. Going against your truth. A lot of people are doctors and lawyers and nurses and X-ray techs and mechanics and beauty, because this is what their parents wanted for them. Like a lot of people wanted to be architects. A lot of people wanted to be, get into carpentry. A lot of people wanted to be welders. A lot of people wanted to be lumberjacks because that wasn't good enough for mom and daddy and them. You didn't step into it. A lot of people wanted to be, certain careers, but because you thought that, hey, maybe the women that vibrate that I want, maybe they won't like guys that are, bricklayers or guys that are, doing X, Y, Z. And you make your decisions based on people outside of you. Think about what you're saying, man. If the source has given you an ability to do a thing better than most, and you're aware of that, and you still not step into it, knowing that it can provide a lifestyle for you, you're selling yourself short, man. You sold out your soul, brothers. There's no way, there's no way around that. Like how can you sleep at night knowing you can sing or rap better than most of the people you hear on the radio, knowing that you can paint most of the people that you see, paint better than most of the people you see in museums, knowing that you can build homes nicer or better than the houses you see, in certain neighborhoods, and you still not step into it. That's almost blasphemous, brothers. It's blasphemous. You're literally selling out your soul, man. So hiding your gifts, man, is something I commonly see, brothers. And the last one, man, is one I've touched on before. And to be honest, I might repost this video as one of my vault videos. It's a video that I made a couple of years ago, and I don't even think it's posted anymore. I was talking about, I think it was called identity theft. And it was about just like when a man decides to get married and he loses that true nature of himself. This is a common way of brothers and sisters selling their souls out, man. Like I always talk about, like, a man shouldn't get in a real relationship unless he knows where he's going, knowing where he's going, knowing who he is, right? So when you have that end goal in mind, when you know what you want, where you want to end up, when you know what kind of impact you want to leave on the planet, but that's a fixed energy, right? But what a lot of us do, man, we'll have that fixed energy in place, but along our path, man, we'll see women that we're attracted to. And let me say this, man, like it's so easy now. The way the world is set up now, man, it's so easy to just get on the gram, get on the book, and see a million people that you're physically attracted to. I think that has a lot to do with it, man, because before that, when you're just out and about, you really wouldn't even gravitate towards somebody that you didn't actually feel their vibe. But now, man, you can just pick your phone up, and it's like picking up a candy store. You know what I'm saying? So we can get online and see people all day that we're physically attracted to, but not sure about that vibe, right? But the thing is, the way people are selling themselves short is once they understand what that vibe is from a person. Again, if you know what your end goal is, if you know where you're going, and you're picking up people along the way that don't resonate with that, you're selling yourself short. Let me say that another way, man. If you know you're trying to change the world and do a certain thing to a T, and you meet a sister that's vibrating on the other end of the spectrum, and you still shooting your shot, you still trying to get a relationship, brother, you're selling yourself short, brothers. If you know she can't be your Coretta Scott, if you know she can't be your Lady Bird Johnson, then, brother, why in the cornbread hell do we as men still choose to entertain women that don't vibrate there, brothers? What we're doing is not only are we killing our spirits, we're selling ourselves, selling our souls short, brother. We're pretty much terminating the mission, because it's impossible for you to come together with somebody that's not vibrating like that end goal, and you get there. Like, I don't have to go down that whole line of conversation. It's impossible to get with the woman that's not vibrating where you're going, and you still get there. I'm not saying that a person, that a man or a female has to have the same beliefs as you, but brothers, y'all have to be on the same frequency. And I'm telling you, man, it's common right now. It's common right now, man, for both men and women to get with people that don't vibrate on their end goal, that don't vibrate with their legacy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying is this, brothers. Like, we have to start viewing the world different. We have to start viewing ourselves different within this world. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop conforming to all the things that society says are normal, and we have to start thinking for ourselves, man. And once we start thinking for ourselves, brother, you're going to quickly realize that you've been selling yourself out. You're going to quickly realize that you've been asking for all these downloads and all these spiritual pieces of information. But once they come in, you're governing yourself in a different manner, brother. I'm telling you, we're simply selling our souls out. So I'm going to say it again, brother. You sold your soul, and you don't even know it.
Men, beware of the many beautiful faces of death. All men will eventually see the path. Once they see the path, they must understand that they have now become prey to the strange woman. You need to know what it is she wants and understand how to stay alive. Fellas, have you ever danced with the devil?